Alright lads, let me tell you the story of the banjo. So there was these lads in Africa and they got some drums, some like gourds, and they put sticks on them and strings and they made a funny sound. Then they went off to the Caribbean on holidays. No wait, it was for slavery, yes, they were brutally enslaved, brought to the Caribbean, and that is how the banjo got to America. 200 years of brutal oppression later, some lads came to Ireland and started making the banjo popular there, where Irish people now have just kind of pretended that the banjo is totally an Irish instrument, but it's been there for like a little bit more than 100 years, but sure, we'll just make it number one Irish string instrument for the crack. I believe Barney McKenna and Charlie Piggott would be the two lads that made the banjo popular. So when the banjo came to Ireland, they changed tuning of the banjo. And we like it loud. Not all banjos have this resonator. American banjos can have a resonator, but Irish banjos definitely to have one. Tune them differently, so it's like an octave lower than a fiddle, so it's similar to a mandolin. So if you, like me, realise, wow, there's not a lot of books on how to play the banjo. I recently went all of Dublin and found one book. It was a grand book. There's only one book, and there is mountains of mandolin books. You can just take the mandolin books and you can play the same tunes. So that is grand. Now, Irish style tend to have 17 frets, but if you're really good at counting, you notice that mine has 19 frets, which is more like plain Irish style, but I like to throw a little bit of blues in there for the crack. And I largely come from a blues and Irish background, so I it's Irish blues. So the most important bit is how do me and the banjo come together. This is the first day this banjo has been in my home. I just got this banjo yesterday. So what happened with me and the banjo? So the other day, I believe it was a Sunday, I had just been in the sauna and run around in the nip, in the rain, jumped into the river, and then went to see a few Irish bands play live. And when someone plays a fiddle with a guitar, I call that Irish folk. But then I came across an all-girl Irish trad band called the Murphy Sisters, and I heard this female banjo player. I don't know why it shocked me. A woman playing the banjo, it just did. I've heard women play guitars, balamas, and I don't know why the banjo shocked me, but it did. And I talked to her about it, and she convinced me that I could learn to play it. And then I met another female banjo player on the same night, and I went, that's it, I'm going to be like a female banjo player, but hairier. That's my general objective. So like the way Des Bishop, he learned Irish like in 2 weeks or something, I don't care. I'm going to learn banjo in 2 weeks. Now I'm going to cheat a little because I do play the ukulele, and the banjo to me is just kind of like a different, just a loud ukulele. The fingering styles are not too different, but I am noticing differences, and I like it. So on Sunday I heard the banjo, these two women playing the banjo, really enjoyed it. The next day I took pictures of banjos. I made a post on Facebook, who wants to donate to the banjo fund, and somebody replied that they would give me money to buy a banjo on the condition that I use the banjo to promote oneness. So basically everything we experience is just the one body. There's actually just one body, and our subconscious allows us to have certain experiences for the purpose of experiencing absolute true love. And true love, you can fall by falling apart and by playing banjo, which is how all this is interconnected. So that's the brief history of the banjo. Day 2 of playing the banjo. May the crack be mighty.